Well, most of us didn't even know Georgetown played football. So when you came, this was been an interesting deal. So just tell us about last season and then your decision to want to enter the portal.
Same as you. I wasn't really until they recruited me. I wasn't sure that they had a football program, but it was a great program over there. Nice coaching staff. But the reason I decided to leave is I just feel like Georgetown, I could go somewhere else to maximize my abilities and pursue what I want to do. And once Louisiana recruited me, I knew this was a good place for me.
So did you play safety all through high school and at Georgetown, or how did your positions go before you got here?
So in high school, I was a corner, wide receiver corner. Then when I got to college, I started playing safety, my freshman, sophomore year. And then I originally came in, I was like a safety, safety's star, but then they moved me once Coach Salgado got hired.
So was it okay, we're gonna put 20 pounds on you and make you a linebacker, or what went into how did all that go?
No, I just put on weight, easy. The strength program here and nutrition, they do a great job. They have a lot of resources for me, so I was just naturally getting bigger, and I had the skill set for the position, so that's just kind of what went into me switching.
And when was that decision made? In the spring?
I mean, they kind of introduced it in it, in the winter, when we were first starting up. I would do some meetings with the linebackers, but then over time, it was a full-time thing. So the beginning of spring, I was full-time.
So do you feel caught up in what they're asking? I mean, early on, were you studying safety and had to switch, and are you caught up now with everything you think you need to know to play linebacker?
I mean, yeah, but I feel everyone had to start over, because a whole new defense for everyone. So everyone's starting at square one. So I wasn't at a disadvantage or anything. So everyone's kind of learning at the same pace, and that kind of helped with everything. So yeah.
What's been, I guess, the biggest challenge for you adjusting here, whether it be life stuff or football stuff, and what have you been most confident in so far in camp of what you bring to the defense this year?
The biggest difference is, I would say that the culture's a lot different, and the weather for sure. Practicing, the practice yesterday was very hot.
Yeah.
So I feel I'm getting used to it now, but that was probably the biggest thing I had to adjust to. Can you repeat your second part of the question?
Oh, just areas that you felt the most confident in terms of what you're bringing on a day-to-day basis right now in camp, or just as we approach this season, what you're you're feeling, or the areas you're most comfortable and confident in.
I feel I have the versatility for my position, knowing that I've been in the back end, so I'm comfortable in a lot of positions that other linebackers wouldn't be comfortable in. So I trust my skill set in the position they put me in. So.
Playing with stuff like Casey Osai and some of the other guys in the linebacker core, what are you learning from them, and what are you maybe bringing to them to kind of help them out as well with their game?
KC taught me, me and KC, the biggest problem I had when I first got here was kind of communicating. KC's done a big job helping with that, helping me communicate, and even the guys in the outside linebacker room, Cameron Whitfield. So they've been a huge help.
What have you brought to them?
Let me think about that.
That's okay.
So, for those of us who have never seen you play, we thought you were signing as a safety, now you're playing linebacker. What are the things, skill sets, is your primary role going to be? What part of your skill set are we going to see on the field when we start playing?
So I play a lot in the apex, so outside, in a slot, but in the apex to the field, and I also play jack a little bit, so I pass rush a little bit sometimes. So I'm kind of playing both right now.
Have you watched much film from last season, or did you just kind of start from scratch and not do that?
Yeah, I watched some film from last year. They showed me the guys that played my position last year, was Keandre Gant. They showed me his film, Cameron Whitfield's, Jack film, stuff like that.
So Gant made a lot of big plays at times.
Yeah.
In what ways do you feel like you're similar and different from him?
I feel watching the film, I don't really know much, but watching the film, it seemed like he could play well in space, and he made a lot of big plays, forced fumbles, interception, sacks, stuff like that. So I feel we're both pretty similar in that part.
has all of this, like, it seemed like you're coming culturally, like he was asking, just coming from way up there to down here is different, and you're changing positions. That's a lot to come through in a 6-month period. Like, how have you handled all this?
I feel like I've handled it pretty well. I'm just trusting my coaches, knowing they're making the best decisions for me, so I'm not questioning anything they're doing. Knowing they want to put me in the best position to achieve my dreams, so that's what made, I just been trusting the coaches.
You're talking about communication. Coach Salgado, one of his big things that he preaches is communicating. Have you learned to pick that up a little better with this defense and be able to move a little bit faster?
Yeah, I feel like, especially over the summer, like I got a lot more comfortable with the guys, like in the locker room. So that made it much easier in the field to communicate, and also like been playing a position like for the spring, like I kind of know like what I'm doing now. So like I'm able to like watch the pool or like is able like to point things out that I wouldn't have been in the spring. So yeah.
Did you have, obviously you're confident, but I'm sure everybody has some doubts, like how am I gonna fit in at this level? I mean, is there a point in practice or in the spring you're like, I can do this? Like, was there a practice or a stretch where you're like, I'm good, I can be a good player here?
Yeah, so I would say like the first practice, like I kind of had like a rough practice, but the first like practice, like full padded practice, like I had a really good practice, and Coach G was telling me, like Coach Giuliani was telling me like, you had a great practice, and I was like, that built my confidence up and helped me know that I can do this and like don't doubt myself, you know.
So he talked you up pretty big in our first media day press conference over there. Talk about your relationship with him, Coach Giuliani.
He's a great coach, you know. He made the transition like, way easier than it would have been with, I would say, like a lot of other coaches. You know, put in extra film time, like when he doesn't have to, like on a Saturday afternoon, or just like working out, or just extra skill work, just stuff like that. And I feel like he made me like comfortable and like in a position, so I feel like he's a big help.
What's your goal? Like, do you have a clear, like, this is what I want to accomplish? Like, what are your goals for this season?
For this season, I just want to contribute to a winning defense, you know, any way I can to help the team win. That's pretty much. And long term, I would say, of course, like go pro.
Everybody good? Okay. Perfect.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.